Here with Sonny and Beck. I would say my friends now. I've had a podcast with you when I first met you. And what's funny is with you, I didn't know YouTube had a thing where you could look at the channels your subscribers are watching. And I looked up, saw Sonny, clicked on it. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. I looked up, saw you guys had I saw the week before you went to the Jake Lang protest, you had that sign with him kissing the wall. I'm like, these guys are fucking awesome. And then I DM'd you, and you're like, bro, we hung out in Miami. You sent me a video with me in it. I'm like, oh, yeah, it was Sneeko. So
yeah, I know. For a while, I thought you just didn't like me or something. Because I was like, we hung out multiple times. Yeah, like, I drove you in my car and this and that. But it's all good, bro. I get how it is.
100% remember when you said, I didn't realize. I looked at your channel. I'm like, oh, you guys make good content. Then I DM'd you, and then I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, we hung out.
Yeah.
And one of your videos.
Yeah, that clip went bananas. It went all over the place. But, yeah, Jake Lang ain't even a Christian, as we said.
Jake the
Jew. Muslim invasion of America.
Yeah, you guys.
Is now on YouTube for free. We're not paid by anybody. It's a film that shows Americans that they're being lied to and that it's not what you see in the media. And people like Jake Lang, no offense, are not the reality. The guy barely had any followers at all these hate rallies we went to. So we hope that we can bring Americans together.
Yeah, you made an excellent film, talking about it. You went to one of his rallies. It was really well done. But Jake Lang's like nice to me. I hate talking crap about him, but it's just all he does is push division. He's Jewish, pretending like he's Christian, showing these things, saying Christ is king, trying to push hatred and division between Muslims and Christians, the hatred that shouldn't be there.
Well, the reason we say he's not Christian is because he's not following Christ at all with his actions.
That's the main reason too.
Nothing about him is Christian. We broke it down in the film very clearly. He's neither being patriotic nor following Jesus Christ. As Thomas Jefferson said, do you want to take it?
No, please.
Beck's dying today.
This is the one time Beck's
No, I just want him to cook.
Neither Christian nor pagan nor Jew should be excluded from the rights of this country. One of the founding fathers said that, Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States of America. We're going to pretend like back in the day they had no idea what Muslims are, that it's only Christian denominations that are supposed to be here. That's the furthest thing from the truth. And then, like I said, he's not following Jesus at all. In his own words, with pigs in our hands and Jesus in our hearts, we will start the next crusade. He's calling for violence, bro. That's the crazy thing.
It's just so cringe, too. He's like, okay, yeah, we have the First Amendment in America. I get it. I believe in freedom of speech. But he's burning the Quran in front of a mosque with bacon on it, holding a live pig. It's just gross, looks disgusting. None of the Muslims even did anything. But it's just, why would you disrespect people like that? I couldn't imagine going to a Christian church and burning a Bible. It's just, some people are just being assholes for no reason.
I mean, there's a scene in the movie where Sonny's in a church. And he says, this is how Muslims respect the Bible. And he kisses the Bible while he's in the church. And that's how we do. We do respect it. Yeah, we might believe there's some discrepancies in that book, but we know God's word is in there.
Yeah.
So the film shows all of that. The film shows reality. We had no script. I swear to God, Jake, no script at all. All we knew was we wanted to go to Dearborn and Plano, Texas, these two hot spots that Jake keeps trying to show in the media. And then in the Somalis in Minnesota. We didn't get a chance to go there. I would love to go there, but I was told it's just too dangerous to go there right now. So we just wanted to show, is it really a Sharia land where Muslims dominate and you can't do shit there and they're taking over? And it was the most American town I'd ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it looked really boring, to be honest.
It was boring.
I was thinking about going there and doing a thing on it, trying to honestly show what I see, and I don't think I'm gonna do it now because there's much to see.
There's nothing. There's nothing to show.
Just watch your guys' film instead. It looks like I don't need to do that now.
Literally fake news.
Let's break it down real quick. What did we see in Dearborn, Michigan?
Burger King.
On the main roads, we saw Burger King, McDonald's, oil change, just like any other place in America. Supposedly Sharia land, right?
Adult entertainment.
2 strip clubs. 2 strip clubs on the main road. Bars, clubs, this and that. We go to a Tim Hortons, and we're just pulling in to get coffee. This isn't none of the stuff in this documentary was planned.
Completely on the spot. We're there. We had no script. It was basically just put a camera up, and the movie made itself. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Bro, the only thing we had planned even going to Dearborn, Michigan was 1 or 2 interviews with the mayors. That's it. And then everything else just fell into place. And that's why we say God carried this film at the end of the day because we made intention.
He got sick as a dog when we got there. Then he got me sick.
Yeah, I was dying.
We lost the first 4 days of filming.
Yeah, all that Dearborn footage you
were there, like,
saw.
all week just sitting in the room.
Bro,
5 days.
We took like 30 showers a day, dude.
Yeah, I was dying.
It's the worst getting sick.
Different rooms.
Well, it just showed you, like, you guys did a good job of showing how well the Christians and Muslims got along. You kept asking them the invasion. They would just, like, laugh. And it was obviously they were, like, brothers. I think most of the Muslim hate is coming from people that have never been around Muslims. I maybe fell for it, like, after 9/11 because I didn't really have any Muslim friends.
Yeah.
As soon as I had Muslim friends, obviously they're shitty Muslims too, by the way. But as a whole, I
course.
realized most Muslims.
We don't deny that.
Most Muslims treat me great, have good family values, take their religion more serious. I'm constantly attacked, people being like, "Oh, you're simping for Islam." It's like I just say the truth, what I see, and I've seen as a whole, lots of Muslims are good people, and people think it's a race too. You guys are both white.
Yeah, it makes no sense. That's what a lot of the white supremacist guys are saying. I was just watching Zerka. He was going after me in a Twitter space recently. And he was talking to some younger kid that is looking into Islam. And he was like, well, why shouldn't I just look for truth? Why shouldn't I look into other things? And he goes, Tyson, your skin is white. Like Jesus
is from Palestine.
Jesus, bro, if Jesus came down today as a baby, they would have shot him. There would have been soldiers in, the chosen land that would have shot him.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's crazy to think. They think Jesus was this white guy that woke up and watched the Patriots game and drank a Bud Light.
He looks like a member of the Bee Gees in some of those pictures.
I mean, the way they even whitewashed him, it's quite frankly disrespectful, to be quite honest with you. Like,
be honest
especially if he's God.
Yeah, and even in the Bible, it says, "Don't make pictures, don't make idols." Why are you drawing God? Supposedly, we don't believe you can draw God. Islam is the only religion where there's no statues, there's no images, there's no look at our God.
Judaism too.
I actually find that interesting about Muhammad, how he was against being like idolized, which is why you're not supposed to draw him. Which Jesus didn't want to be idolized either, I believe.
Yeah, bro. None of the prophets did. They were all saying worship God alone. That's the whole message, bro. We say that all the prophets taught the same thing. Pray to God alone.
You don't want to
even Mark, in Mark chapter 10 of the Bible, when the man fell on his knees before Christ and said, "Oh, good master, how do I seek eternal life?" And Jesus said, "Good. Why do you call me good? Only God is good." So that's in the Bible.
Yeah, I've always thought it's a little weird for like how Christians don't want me to disrespect them, but how they worship Jesus instead of like God.
When he's very clear in the Bible,
prophet, clearly he's an amazing prophet, amazing teacher, but you shouldn't. I don't know. To me, I don't think you should worship him like a god, and I don't think he wanted it either.
Yeah, well, when he returns, we basically believe that he's going to tell all of them, like, why are you worshiping me instead of worshiping God alone? That was my message the entire time.
Our goal is just to wake Christians up.
Yeah.
I don't care what the news tells you.
Yeah.
A lot of right-wingers say the news is fake. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's fake for one thing, then why is it when the Muslims telling you, man, what they've been telling you about us for the last 10, 20 years is not the truth either, especially the way they quote the Quran, take it out of context.
Yeah.
Not even a full sentence. They take half sentences of the book and spin this narrative that it means to kill Christians. There's not a single verse in the Quran that tells you to kill Christians and Jews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've been to other Islamic countries and was treated great. So when everyone pushes all this shit on me, they treat you bad. People also think, oh, because I'm not anti-Islam, that means I want to bring a bunch of foreigners to the country. It's like, no, it doesn't fucking mean that. It's like
I don't agree with open borders.
Here. Yeah, we don't.
Do you agree with open borders?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It's so weird. These guys think if you're pro-Islam, that means you must want to bring tons of Muslims to the country. It's like, no, they have beautiful countries there, and if people want to convert or whatever,
Let's
that's
just stop
totally
bombing
fine.
them. That's all.
Yeah,
But even the narrative, like, look at the language, what they say. Bringing Muslims into the country. It's a faith, bro. Mm-hmm. That's someone that follows a faith. That doesn't make any sense. There's Bosnian white Muslims. There's Albanian white Muslims. There's Turkish Muslims. There's Syrian Muslims. Syrians look white too.
Yeah.
So just say Arabs if you don't want them in.
It's not just that.
These third world
Look
people.
at the double standard, Jake. In Europe, they're called Muslim migrants, the ones that went through the open border policies. In America, they're not called Catholic or Latino migrants. They're just called migrants. Mm-hmm. So anytime they want to dehumanize, it seems to be only the religion of Islam that gets dehumanized, whether it's for a crime or grooming gangs or fraud, because there's no other fraud in America except Somalis.
Yeah,
forget that Donald Trump pardoned Rod Blagojevich, former governor of Illinois, who should have been in jail to the last day of his life. When you're given a public office and people put their faith in you to do what's right for the state, and he gets pardoned, I'm not defending if there's any fraud in Minnesota.
Yeah, arrest
there probably is.
Yeah, arrest those stallions.
But you're also innocent. But you're also innocent to proven guilty, right? So let's see what comes out about that. Not defending it one way or the other. If there's fraud there, as a Muslim, I say you should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah. Second of all, you belong in jail. But the problem is the entire system is broken. Dude, brother,
much fraud.
I grew up in New York City. I'd see the Russians pulling up in brand new S600s buying bread with food stamps. Everyone's been taking advantage of the system, and it's wrong. And I, as an American, I'm pissed. Brother, even in my local grocery store, okay? I lived in Bergen County, New Jersey for a while. It's one of the wealthiest counties in America. And I also asked, well before these Somalis, I'm talking about like 10 years ago. And I was like, during the Great Recession, right? And I was struggling. I refused to go like on, you know.
Yeah, I'm way too prideful.
Yeah, I'd rather die. So, and I'm just seeing people just banging out $700, $800 with these EBT cards, right? Electronic benefit cards. So I asked the register person. I was like, how many people, because we live in Bergen County, right? It's like very wealthy. How many people use EBT? He's like about 7 out of 10. I said, we got a fucking problem in America, bro.
That's crazy.
We have a problem in this country. I am for. Who should we be even more mad at? The government. Who's auditing this shit? Not that I like them, you know, interfering too much. But if you're getting government funds, then there should be an audit. It shouldn't be that I'm a private citizen busting my fucking ass, and you make my life miserable because my accountant makes one mistake. You want to throw me in fucking prison for tax evasion. It should be if you're receiving government funds, and you're not doing what's right, you should be thrown in fucking jail.
Yeah, like the COVID money, even they said, like, I forget the percentage, but billions of that was
schemed
fraud,
it.
if not like more than billions.
Schemed it, bro. Making up employees that don't even exist.
Making up this, daycares that don't exist. They do it with Medicare too, Medicare fraud. There was a Jewish guy who Trump pardoned. He had billions of dollars of Medicare fraud. He had all these like fake storefronts that were just empty, that he was just billing. But they don't talk about that. And your film actually, you know, you talk about the Somalia fraud, the guy Nick, what's his name?
Nick Shirley, yeah, we ran into him.
He was there, him, Cam Higby, who just went to Israel. So it was clearly a front, all these ops that are being pushed. They're all, those are the guys running this anti-Islam. What, there's like 50 people there?
Yeah, and we saw that Nick Shirley was disingenuous firsthand. So at the mosque this day, they were very clear about what time the protest is starting. So earlier that day, Cam Higby, this is a guy that took a picture with Bibi Netanyahu, a legit war criminal, went to the mosque early in the morning because he wanted to infiltrate and see what's going on. So he gets there before the protest. They let him in. They showed him the entire place. A guy who took a picture with Bibi got to go inside. And so then at the time of the protest, Nick Shirley's there and he steps onto the mosque property. So some Muslim guy was like, yo, are you Muslim? He says, no. Get off the property. You blend in with all these other people that are threatening our lives. Literally threatening our lives.
Besides the fact he looks like every other mass shooter that's out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And another thing I noticed during his Somali thing, unless I'm wrong, correct me in the comments.
Let me just finish this point real quick. But then I was going to say, when that happened, where a Muslim guy asked him to leave the property, he said, or then he posted a clip online that night and was saying, Muslims kicked me off the property. They're hiding something. Cam Higby went that morning. You could have just gone a few hours earlier and gotten that full tour, every single room in the mosque. I don't know what people think are happening there, bro.
I didn't know as a non-Muslim that I could go to a mosque, but Sneeko invited me to pray with him one time. I think I'd go, and he's like, no, come along. And I went, and I was treated so good. All the guys know who I was. I saw fighters that didn't know Muslim. I'm not going to say names. There was other fighters that were there. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Because it was right after training at Extreme Couture. There's like 5 fighters. Like 3 of them I didn't know were Muslim that were there. I'm like, this is interesting. And like everyone was so friendly, despite me not being Muslim. So I didn't think non-Muslims could go pray at those places. It just shows you. They treated me great. So I knew that was fake as soon as I saw it. They don't kick out non-Muslims out of prayer.
Bro, of course not. Muslims, bro, just like any other faith that believes it's the truth, they want you to come and accept it,
like a church would let me in too. You know, I don't have to fully accept it. Sometimes you're trying to decide. You know, you want to look at things and see what it is first.
Bro, anytime I've ever told a cab driver, one of the halal stand guys, whatever it is, that I'm Muslim, they like tear up. They see a white boy that accepted it and they get so happy. I've never once had an experience where someone looks down on me for accepting Islam.
Yeah, no, I've treated really good by Muslims. I think, you know, say being white, I think being white, I felt like an obligation to speak up for the Palestinians, because I think a lot of people would be like, oh, these Muslims, you know, and the non-white ones, they wouldn't properly respect them. So that's why early on I started speaking up, because I think guys like, you know, Bilal Mohammed, they're like, well, he's Palestinian. They wouldn't believe him. So I felt obligated, you know, to God to speak up. And I get so much appreciation for that.
Yeah, of course, bro. I mean, it's just...
I think even with the Somali thing that went on in Minnesota, if you look at Nick's reporting there, and I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, he didn't show one date stamp. All he had to do was lift his phone up and say, this is the date and time. Were these places closed when he went there? And I mean, like, to me, it was like journalism 101. Anything they sensationalize in the media, I automatically don't trust. I look at it through a very big microscope. Then you have the Somaliland... right, breaking up from Somalia proper. I don't find the timing coincidental. I just don't. Okay, especially with a potential war with Iran on the horizon. Somaliland's perfectly situated there. That's why it's pirates, right? For that canal, which so many boats in the world have to go. So if Iran and us get into it, they might shut down the canal, which is why I think we took Venezuela. as a
that was
backup for
crazy.
oil.
They're talking about sending the Palestinians to Somaliland. Israel was talking about that. Jared Kushner presented. Did you guys see that?
Bro, that made my stomach
he
turn.
has Gaza like redone. It's so sickening. And he's Trump's son-in-law, and he her.
It's so obvious, bro.
Yeah, he said he had planned for years. They have this shit all like developed. It's just so disgusting. I mean, it's clearly ethnic cleansing. They're trying to deny it, but it's
Trying to make it look cute.
yeah. They had the ceasefire. Nothing ever really stopped.
No.
You know, there's still just the murders are going on. Is what they did. I think they wore us down to where like become so used to it, and you just feel helpless, and people just don't know what to do, and they just keep killing people.
There's so many layers to it, bro. Like they're literally sacrificing children in front of our eyes, and we're doing nothing about it.
I couldn't imagine being Palestinian.
I've said this the last 2 podcasts, but I really like this point. You know how people love to say when Muslims become the majority, when they become the majority, they're going to bring Sharia law. Dude, 50 Arab nations right around there, our people are being murdered. Children shot in the face, kids starving, and what are they doing?
Nothing.
So right now, when people are dying, people aren't coming together, and you magically think that when Muslims become the majority, they're going to stick together. The Muslim Ummah is a joke right now.
Yeah, it's still they don't get enough hate. The Muslim world across there, those leaders are such embarrassing how they just all stood by. I mean, a few people tried helping, like Lebanon a little bit, but like Jordan sitting there, Egypt, all
Doing
these
nothing.
countries are sitting there doing nothing.
They all got
shameful.
together. All of the Arab nations, the leaders got together. What's the conclusion they come to? Oh, we should try to get human aid into there. That was their conclusion while they're being killed and they actually can't leave.
Thanks for watching Fight Back Podcast. If you like the show, like, subscribe, or share the video. There's also donation links in the descriptions. No, it's disgusting. I feel like all those countries should all band together, attack them, but they get so much money from America. Obviously, there's a fear because our military supports Israel. Israel's not ever sent one fucking soldier, not one fucking soldier to help a war that we're fighting for them. They don't let us have a military base in Israel. Though there's only military personnel from America that are in Israel are there to operate weapons that we give them to fight, to kill Palestinians in defense. Purely for Israel's defense. Not a single person is for any reason for America. The whole fucking Middle East, there's no reason why we're there than Israel. It's like, oh, would you shut our base down? Yeah, why the fuck are we even in the Middle East? Nothing. We don't get nothing out of it.
Yeah, no, even like the strategic benefit of having a base there doesn't make sense.
I don't think anywhere in the Middle East. We wouldn't have any conflict there if maybe keep a smaller one in Qatar, but our whole conflict in the Middle East is all over Israel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they don't realize that. But I think
Crazy times, brother.
it's interesting because the people in America are changing, but the politicians just seem hell-bent on not, particularly the Republican Party. They just seem absolutely hell-bent. They'll crash their party before they'll turn Israel.
Yeah.
Well, that's why people go, why do Muslims vote left or this and that? It's not because we are conservative by nature in this faith. We're pro-life, pro-family, pro the right to defend yourself, right? Second Amendment. These are Muslim beliefs, right? But it's like a triage center. Like if you're in a war or like you work at a hospital, right? There's like different levels of the patients that need to be saved, right? Mm-hmm. So if I walk in with a gunshot wound, they're going to take me in right away. If I walk in just because I broke my ankle, they're going to make me wait in the waiting room, right? That's how triage works. So what I don't think people understand is like, well, why are they aligned with the left? It's because a lot of these people have their families in these countries that have been invaded, overthrown, toppled. They're losing hundreds of thousands of lives and buildings, right? Yeah. So you're going to naturally go towards whoever you think is going to stop that first because that's more important than anything else. It's not that you don't believe as a conservative does as a Muslim. You have to, actually. It's not negotiable. We're pro-life, pro-family, pro-Second Amendment, the right to defend your property, and that's a God-given right. But because of the oppression, because of what's been going on there, their vote, to me, I think at this point, voting is a fucking joke. It's either Coke or Pepsi. You want Coke or Pepsi? You want McDonald's, you want Burger King.
Right now, no.
You want KFC, you want Popeyes. That's your fucking selection as far as voting. Mm-hmm. We have no vote.
South Park made fun of it. I forget what it was, like a turd or a fucking, I forget what the term they use, like a shit sandwich or something like that. You have two fucking terrible options. Like, Kamala Harris and Trump last time. Like, no, I'm just going to pass. Why the fuck would I vote for those pathetic people?
The fact that Kamala Harris even got that far just shows how cooked this country is.
But she was like selected. She was so unlikable. Remember, she just got crashed out initially, and they picked her anyway.
She didn't even win the Democratic primary. No. They literally placed her there. I don't know how that alone doesn't start riots in the country.
The media propped her up so heavily. They were trying to pick her, and she was just so hated. It didn't work. But then they selected her, so they switched to Biden, who could barely talk. They admitted that towards the end of the election. Like, they didn't see shit the entire time. It's like, you guys have been the exact fucking same for the last 4 years.
But bro, just like, what a clown show. What were her marketing points this whole election? It was abortions, women having the right to kill their kids. And it's so funny how they even frame the language. They say, what did they say? Women's rights. Women's rights to kill kids. How about the kids' rights?
It's sick. Yeah, no, it's sick that we've made it like that's their number one thing they're fighting at. I can kill my fucking kids. That's the thing you care about.
But that's what women vote for nowadays. That's why they do that. And then they bring on like Megan Thee Stallion, and they bring on all these celebrities that went to Epstein's Island. Yeah, that's the funny thing, and people still fall for it.
Who do they bring on? They brought in one of those black rappers.
Cardi B.
And then
not Cardi B.
I get them all mixed up, but it was one of those ones.
The amount of propaganda is absurd. It's actually insane. What even? Yeah, Nicki Minaj did it too, shaking her butt on stage with the potential president.
It's finished.
And then did you see the Love Island? I think it was one of those shows. The star was a Palestinian girl. Yeah. Straight thought, dude. A straight up thought. Who do you think put her in that position to be in front of millions of people? Like,
probably a Jewish guy.
Yeah, and then she kissed an IDF soldier. I'm pretty sure.
Sick.
On camera. Like, it's so disgusting, bro.
Well, back to abortion real quick. Like, even if you are pro-choice, you should at least admit that it's like sick, wrong, something you wouldn't want to do. But these people say it's just a clump of cells, it's nothing. They try to act like it's just I think there was like Leah Dunn, one of them said she wished she'd had abortion so she could know what it's like. Like, how sick are you? You're clearly killing a child, you know? Like, I'm a father. Like, it's the idea of when the life begins. I think to me, it's like when it's conceived.
Yeah, bro, I mean, even if you destroy an American eagle egg in this country, you can potentially go to jail or get fined a ridiculous amount of money. That's an egg of a bird. And then you're going to tell me, like, you have a fetus growing inside of you and that's not life? I just don't get it. We see a couple pieces of bacteria on Mars and we call it life.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, I like what I do like about the Christians that are very adamant about their faith is they are very anti-abortion. That's something that I have a lot of respect for them for, is the ones that are very pro-life. Because I think it is a huge epidemic, especially with them. I don't think the Muslims are getting abortions. That's great. This guy's literally dying right now.
No, just when you talk, it put me to sleep. Go ahead.
I don't know. A rough couple of days. People who don't know. We've had.
I mean, I was in the hospital yesterday.
Yeah. I'm sure they're not, but yeah, I was in the hospital yesterday.
Had a rough day. You know, I haven't slept, but I'm still here. When
typically,
you know what the problem with today's generation is, Jake?
What's that? Where they're lazy.
They give their word to people and they don't keep it. Yeah, the generation I come from, you tell someone I'm going to be there no matter what, unless you physically cannot make it, you're ill, you're sick, whatever.
Goddamn, I agree with you.
Okay, there's such a weak time. Like, there's no men left, bro. You want to talk about the real fucking problem in America? There's no fucking men left, bro.
Couldn't agree more.
Cucked. The entire fucking country's cucked, bro. Generation of bastards. Thinking with their dicks instead of their brains, their hearts, and their minds, bro. Yeah. Losers, dude.
You say you're going to fucking do something, do it. I just don't understand.
And I get screwed because I live my life by that. I've made mistakes, and sometimes I don't keep my promise, not because I don't want to. Like, I die inside when I can't. You're never going to be perfect 100%,
You're
right?
in the hospital and you're still here. I haven't told you, like,
yeah,
you're sure,
dude.
but
no, man, I'm
still
tired,
got to keep my word, too, and people aren't. Like,
and that's one thing my people are always proud of, like the Albanians, but they're losing it, too, bro. Besa, it's called Besa. When you give your word to someone, you have to fucking keep it.
If you give your word, you keep it. That's what my dad taught me. So, like, it doesn't matter who it is. It might be to someone that
that's called honor, bro.
But if I give him my word, it's like I'm going to
He sees me. We have certain people we work with and this and that. And if I say, like, hey, this time, when you use the word done with me, done means it's finished. Yeah. There was one person who was supposed to give us some money, some stuff that we were working on. And, like, if I call you up and say, hey, man, I got 20 racks for you, 20 grand, it's done.
Yeah.
How would you interpret that?
That I have the fucking 20 racks.
That's finished, right?
That's a done deal.
That's how I read it.
That's a done. If you tell me that money, I'm.
But when everything was said and done, it wasn't there. Not only was it not there, it was even less than what we were. So to me, you lose respect right away. I don't want to see your fucking face anymore. If you don't have your word, what the fuck I need you in my life for? Especially if I'm not asking you for something. If this is something you're saying, like, so I'm just saying in general.
If I offered you money, I'm giving you that fucking money.
I don't understand.
I hardly even do contracts, honestly. Almost all my business.
There was times
fucked me one time
where I may have borrowed money from people, and I couldn't get it back on the exact fucking time. I knew I had two options. A, I got to go find some other asshole to borrow from so I can at least honor my word with that one. Right? You extend it. Or B, I would at least give him whatever the fuck I have and then stay in communication the entire time. Say, I know I'm running behind. I'm not dodging you, bro. Here's what I have every fucking week, whatever. So, like, people don't have any fucking honor. We live in a time with no honor. There's no value.
Everyone that's borrowed money's never paid me back. That,
really?
It sucks when you learn that lesson. You're still young, right? Like, you learn the lesson, you're like, wow. I have like one or two friends that pay me back. I have one friend that did that, he'll pay me a little bit and he'll leave me, like, I'll leave you collateral. So I'll loan him money. But it's so rare anyone that fucking, they'll ask to borrow money and then just act like you never fucking and then you're the asshole when you bring it up.
That's a major sin in Islam to die while you're still in debt. If someone dies, let's say you died right now and he was 30 grand in debt or something, I have to pay it.
And the fire.
That's such a good, like me, I couldn't imagine owing someone and then hanging out with them, acting like out spending money, acting like the motherfucker, you owe me fucking money.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, dude.
It's
crazy.
it's
To me, it's insane. Like I said, you might be late, this, that, but the respect is don't act like that's not there. Acknowledge the debt. Call the person up, say, listen, I'm embarrassed. I will get you this money. Don't think I'm dodging you.
Yeah. But then they'll respect you and you know you're paying it back.
And then when you pay it back, you still have your word with them, you know? You still have honor because you communicated. You didn't like dodge them. And, you know, like in the movie Bronx Tale where the kid's like, he owes me 20. He's like, so for me, small amounts of money, I just judge people with that. Like, meaning you're not.
You just know they're not going to pay you back.
It's not even because they didn't pay. Just pick up the phone, man. Say, listen, I gave you this day and time. I fucked up. Take an extension, bro. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's not hard to me. To me, it's communicate. For the most part, do what you promise, right? Should be all the time, but even if it's late, at least you do it. And that's it. People have no fucking dignity, bro. No morals. We live in a moralless world, bro.
Yeah, when I first
both men and women.
Yeah, both men and women. I think men are even more to blame, in my opinion. I think because
Yeah,
we're the
because-
ones that should be setting the foundation as fathers, husbands, leaders. I blame men more than women. I think
Cucks.
this whole red pill thing. I mean, some of it's true. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, there's some things to learn from divorces. You know, spotting bad women. But as a whole, the man's more to blame. Like we're the ones that lead.
Yeah, of course. I mean, overall, I can't stand when each gender keeps pointing the finger at the other one.
Both of
you know what I
them are
mean?
so lame.
You know
It's
what it
just
comes down
division.
to, bro? It comes down to the propaganda we're all being
Yeah.
fed. That's what it really is at the end
Man
of the day.
versus woman, Christian versus Muslim, black versus white. It's just another
Queef
battle,
versus
battle of
fart,
sexes.
you know?
But bro, I mean, white guys, like, they need to start taking accountability at the end of the day because like our girls are consuming the most garbage black magic music that you could even imagine. That's like it's
Music,
making them
TV.
fantasize about cheating on them.
Being a whore.
You didn't see the movie Marty Supreme, did you?
No.
Garbage. It's some Jewish kid in the Bronx. The two women he sleeps with in the movie are both married. So he's sleeping with two women, trying to act all cool, and white boys are taking their girls to go see this. What, you don't think that affects their mind?
I would never take my girl
And then you're
to that.
surprised when she cheats on you?
Right? Also, it's like, yeah, don't let your girl watch TV like that. Don't let your people are fucking idiots how they'll let their girlfriend not that you're
Not even let
don't
them-
let your girlfriend be out like at the club or your girlfriend out hanging out with other dudes. Like,
They'll do
that's
it with
crazy.
them.
That's
They'll-
crazy too.
They'll watch Love Island and this garbage with them. It's not even like they just let them do it on their own.
It's
They'll
insane.
sit down on the couch.
I won't let girls I'm dating watch that shit. Dude, the peak of my fame, I'm fighting. There'll be girls in my house. I find out I have a boyfriend. Like, where the fuck you tell your boyfriend you are? Your house? Like, what? What? I'm your friend.
Exactly.
I'm going to a fucking professional fighter's house. I'm just hanging out at a professional fighter's house, and your boyfriend's okay with that?
That's crazy.
You trust me? He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, dude, that changed the way I completely changed the way I look at women. Going out with like you guys and you know all the other
Same thing in nightlife.
You see world from a different fucking reality when you get a little bit of fame or status.
I've seen. I don't even know how many women with boyfriends,
insane.
husbands, this and that.
I've seen
That
it
just
too.
it throws out the window.
Yeah, like don't let your obviously there's girls that are
Also,
a lot
they
better,
can
but you still let
brag
them go in that situation. Girls
that
don't
they
brag.
were used by another man who had some clout. It's crazy to me.
It's crazy.
And-
people don't like believe it that haven't like spread around that world. It's insane.
And these celebrities don't even remember them.
No, they
You're,
meant
you're
nothing
just
to
a
them.
hole.
So many times I'd be like, "Oh, you dated my friend." Their name, name I never fucking heard, or had no idea who they're talking about.
You met them 20 times. You
And
don't
I'm
even
like,
remember.
"Who? I don't fucking know. Or maybe one time a girl was saying we were like dating or something, or twice, or I don't fucking know.
Yeah, the red pill shit's fascinating, man. Like watching that stream where all the Avengers were all together and they were still just talking about bitches and racist jokes. I'm like, have you guys not moved on? It's
Right.
been 4 years. For me, the red pill was seeking truth.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what.
there's a little truth to it, but like this pushing negative women hate is just stupid. And I like a lot of those guys individually, but I just don't like pushing the hatred towards women because there's girls can be whores, but
Both sides are guilty.
Men
Yeah.
do the same
Both
thing.
sides are
We're out
guilty.
doing it too, so it goes both ways.
It's our fault. Let's be real. Would any of this content really even exist if men weren't paying for it? No, it wouldn't.
like the OnlyFans and stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
blame the simps more than the whores.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And, I lived sitting. We were laughing earlier. Like we never, when we were younger, we did dumb shit, and so it's like as a man, it's all you can try to do, or anyone try to get better as you get older, and realize, I've done a lot of sinful shit.
Wisdom, spiritual wisdom.
Our generation was all about like chasing women. When you get it, you
A lot of
fall into
generations
addiction,
were.
but-
Yeah, and at the end of the day, in God's eyes, bro, adultery in Islam, by the way, adultery isn't just if you're married and you cheat; it's sex before marriage as well. It's the same. If you're going out sticking your peach in every girl and causing damage, because what happens, bro? A lot of guys will take a girl's virginity and then they'll get bored and they'll throw her to the curb. You just destroyed her innocence for what? A nut?
Yeah, you really.
nut?
I think you really nailed it. That's when I realized with women, I started realizing I was kind of hurting the women too. Like, I don't think we're getting hurt the same. We're almost like getting something out of them. And you realize, oh, these girls start falling for you, and they're being like, they can't like randomly like sleep with guys for a while without getting strongly attached. And then you're like, oh, you're hurting these women.
Yeah, no, I've ever since. I was like a womanizer, whatever you want to call it, before I started practicing this faith, and dude, it's surreal to explain how once you start praying 5 times a day, cleaning yourself, talking to God multiple times throughout the day, God consciousness, every time you leave the door, you're saying in the name of God. Everything you do, that, bro, even the smallest sins, you start feeling guilty, let alone doing something like even making out or, having sex with a woman. You would feel like you shot somebody.
No, it does. It gives you make a great point. It gives you these reminders because it's easy to fall into sin, like now
especially
my life
in today's
better. But like you're saying, you guys tricked me into praying yesterday, the day before. I'm like, well, I'm outnumbered, so I guess I'm praying with these Muslims. But it's like these reminders of makes you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's like when you put yourself, like hanging out with good people too, that makes a big difference. Who you're around, the circle, when you're all doing it together. Like, I was around a lot of those Dagestani guys, and they stay in a big network of friends, and they kind of hold each other to high standards, like Khabib and stuff. And you're like, but you look at the success they have because they stay in a group and they're holding each other to standards. They'll be at the gym, they'll be praying in between sparring and stuff.
They lead with God, bro. Mm-hmm. There's got to be some type of power there too, bro. When you have that type of conviction.
Oh, for sure. Having to believe in a higher power.
Man.
And there's scummy Muslims too. I've had some run-ins with some Chechens. I had some Chechens DM me. They're like, brother, I swear some of us are good because I was talking shit on Chechens for a minute. My one experience with Chechens was fucking terrible. But it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't judge.
Maybe the first batch you met.
Off the worst one. That's what I realized. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I had one bad experience, and I'm judging the whole people off it.
I've had really good experiences with some of them. So it's like, bro, even my people, we're portrayed as criminals in movies, right?
Yeah, you guys
the overwhelming majority of Albanians are really hardworking people.
No. Well, you are, I guess.
No, they really are. Like hard. When I tell you, bro, the overwhelming majority are very hardworking, bro, in all the countries that they live in.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you have a couple round out. Every group has round out.
I know one scummy Albanian. I'm thinking of, but I don't know very many. I know you, Leonardo. Who else I know is fucking Albanian?
You met Zerka?
Oh, is he Albanian too?
Yeah. I
don't know him real well, but he's interesting.
Yeah.
We do have some unique personalities.
Yeah, all the Albanians you guys are all fucking Zerka, you.
We got the best singers in the world. Dua Lipa, Ava Max, BB Rexa.
Who?
Yeah, who? Yeah.
Bro, that's the celebrities.
Why haven't you taken us?
It's just me, myself, and I.
When are you guys going? Let's go.
Jay-Z.
Going to one of their concerts?
Whatever you want, but I might be going, man. We gotta. Well, I can't let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah,
let's just say a big YouTuber who goes like the craziest places in the world.
Mr. Beast.
No, he's big, man.
Dude,
he reached out. We might go with him. We might go to Albania with him in the summer. You're more than welcome to tag along, but that would be
actually might
cool.
Do that.
No, it's
like traveling.
You're gonna love it over there. Dude.
Haven't been to Europe for a while.
Albania's dope.
Yeah,
very pro-American. Very they love my people. You gotta remember, America saved Albania.
Really?
So it's a very pro-West country, bro.
Yeah, the war wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yeah, but first Ottoman Empire collapsed, right? The Turks left. So then during that time period, we almost got wiped out. And then Woodrow Wilson went to bat for us. Otherwise, we would have been like the Kurds, people with no home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up how the Kurds have no home.
The Kurds are, man, I don't know.
Why do we not give them a home?
I get a lot of messages, man, so here you guys go. I don't know the history of the Kurds. I know that they've definitely been oppressed. They've definitely been murdered. I know a lot of them are Muslim. Some of them are different faiths, but there shouldn't be any killing amongst Muslims. I don't care what side you're in, what country you're in. Like, if you're killing another Muslim, I got a newsflash for you. You're going to hell. Mm-hmm. You're going to hell.
Well, it's weird they don't have a nation because they actually have what should be a nation right there, but they just they're not officially recognized because they goes.
Because that's what happens. Well, it almost happened to my people. Borders and boundaries come from Western powers, colonial powers, and some nations unfortunately got caught in the crossfire and lost their homelands. Yeah. So my people are lucky that we have anything to call Albania. I don't know the history of the Kurds, but I do know they've been treated like shit everywhere they've lived. Saddam used to gas them. So I don't know what the right call is over there, but I know that everyone deserves to have freedom and be treated with respect. So that's my little bit on the Kurds.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it either, but I was just
because sometimes you put your foot in your mouth.
You know, Kurdish guy like last week, and he seemed really cool.
And they're strong people, bro. The fact that they still exist,
because
is a testament
to the nation, and they keep their army right there, surviving.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, what's the history of the?
You should bring a Kurd on, bro. Give him a mic.
Yeah, any Kurds out there?
Any Kurds out there? Reach out to Jake Shields.
Let's do.
Here's your chance, you guys. I don't come and tell Jake Shields about
Sell me
Kurds.
on Kurdistan. Is that what you say? Kurdistan?
Kurdistan is what they want to call it, I guess. But now they're going to say I'm paid by them. I'm not.
I'm on their payroll.
I just like to have conversations about geopolitics,
I'm
religion.
paid by Qatar.
Yeah, damn, bro.
Qatar, how do they say it?
Qatar is yeah.
7,000 per post.
7,000. That's a lot of money.
I wish, bro.
Literally just for one post, right?
That's
Shit.
I
That's
think
why I
there's
said
far
that's
documents
14
saying
racks.
these guys are actually getting 7,000 for a post. That's like a real thing.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Bro.
But
Shake that asshole, because that's what that is. You're
and
selling
they still
yourself.
can't buy any good
But
influencers.
I know
still
their
worse
propaganda
influencers.
is still garbage. Like even that, what's that girl's
Trash.
name? Lizzie. Remember
Remember
when
that one video with the guy? And then he's like,
The black gay
I know
guy.
they have like
Yeah,
black
yeah,
gay
so I
dudes.
Dude, you know what's funny? I was here with Dan Blazarian to do a fucking interview, and there was a film crew of like 15 people, all professional. I'm like, oh, is there a big celebrity here? And it was that guy. That's the what kind of money Israel is trying to make these guys celebrities, and that's the best they can get.
Bro, do you know how many people we had working on this documentary?
Probably one.
Bro, it was
Yeah.
me, Beck, and my boy
And Al.
Sakeb.
Yeah. Israel's trying to make this guy into thing, but it won't be. You'll still, he probably doesn't have a big, I bet he doesn't have a platform on YouTube that's independent. There's no way that guy can build anything. The Cam Higbees, he can't build anything.
people can see it, man.
The Jake Langs, like we're authentic, you know, we're not necessarily always right. Well, I'm always right, but we're authentic. We're at least telling what we believe is true. I don't give a fuck if someone's going to pay me. Fuck, they can fuck off. Like,
Shout
I'm
out
not
to the
gonna
Malibu
fucking-
cigar bar.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie for money, but especially if it's pushing fucking genocide for money.
Yeah, but what are they saying you're lying about? It's
You just
because
say
you're not.
you're a Qatari asset.
No, but
or,
what are your talking points? Is it that because you don't hate Muslims, you don't hate
exactly.
Islam?
They don't hate Muslims because they care about the Palestinians. That's why they get attacked.
I don't even care if Christians don't like Muslims. Like, can we just come to the term that they're trying to bait you into a war? Do you not
Exactly.
see it?
Yeah, they don't have to love
I
each
don't
other.
give a shit if you like Muslims. I don't give a shit if you like hate us. I don't think we need to go to war, bro.
Yeah, but what's interesting is people all woke up to the propaganda that was, majority Jewish owned, sadly. Jewish, not actually. And they still hate the Muslims. It's like a lot of people hate Muslims because of what happened on 9/11, but then they acknowledge that it wasn't the
Yeah,
Muslims.
it's probably an inside job. I think Saudi Arabia might have been involved, but along with probably the CIA and Mossad. That's
That's what
not
people
getting
think.
into
Yeah.
too
Yo,
long
just
about
the
it.
same thing that's going on in Gaza right now, where they have the plans to build,
Yep.
legit skyscrapers on children's blood, on the grounds where children died. They already have the plans laid out. It was the same thing. Larry Silverstein, they accidentally leaked it. They had the plan to build the new tower before it even happened.
Yeah. And Andy made $4.5 billion payout in insurance.
Bro, there's so much suspicious about that. You're telling me this jet fuel, it was so hot that it burned steel. It lit steel, so it perfectly collapsed, but his passport comes down. And that day, they know it's the Muslims.
That's a good one. They find these passports of these people. Yeah, three skyscrapers collapse. There's tons of most people know about the dancing Israelis now.
That was
There
literally, like 5
There's
minutes.
also like these art students. Hundreds of Israeli spies were arrested. They were allegedly art students, but they were like explosive experts, like hacking for systems, all this shit. They were living in Hollywood, Florida, the same fucking town the alleged hijackers lived in.
Jake, all I want to say, bro, is if we don't see you again, and there's a guy that comes with one eye, and shit gets tough. It's hard to eat food. It's hard to have water, because that time is sadly coming for America, and it's not going to be the Muslims that did it.
Though. Not just America, for the whole world.
The world. And you see this guy with one eye, and he's going to give you water, and he's going to show you your dead family members. Grandpa Jimmy, is that you? Don't fall for it, bro. You cannot see God in the flesh. Pray to God alone. I really do think the time of the Antichrist is going to be, I hope not in my lifetime, only God knows, but the signs are leading there,
It's
bro.
looking like it, bro.
They're trying to, they believe it. People in Israel, including Christians, these Zionists, they're not trying to bring back Christ, they're trying to bring back the Antichrist. I don't know how these Christian Zionists don't realize that.
What's very interesting is the Catholic doctrine, it teaches that there's going to be a false figure in the end of times who's a man that does miracles and claims to be God. So I don't know how Christians are going to tell the difference between that and the real Jesus, because from the Muslim perspective, Jesus is going to return, right?
Yeah.
But we don't believe you can see God. So we know the Antichrist.
Neither do they, but they don't acknowledge that.
Yeah, I mean, their Bible says you can't see God, but
Tell
then they
them
don't
which
actually
chapter.
follow
Tell them
that.
which chapter.
This is his favorite line. Exodus chapter 33. Moses is going to ask God,
How
"Why
come I
can't-
can't see you?
how come I can't see
And
you?
what does God say to Moses, my brother?
For no one can see the face of God and live.
Interesting.
So what did God forget? He told Moses, no one on earth will ever see me.
So if someone's
Then he
saying they're
decided,
God, they're
pull
false
up
God.
Exodus 33.
But Jake, I need you to
Put it right
seriously
here.
That's a very
conceptualize this for a
interesting line to
second.
know. That means if anyone's saying they're God, that's a false God.
Exactly, bro. And think about the arrogance of a man.
Why
that
would it be in
comes-
the Old Testament?
No, but think about of the
Say the
arrogance.
line one more time. What is it? No.
For no one may see the face of God and live. That's what God said.
And
to
then
Moses.
as a Christian, you have to believe that the Old Testament came from God, right? Came from Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what they believe.
Jesus would be a prophet, a messenger
So
of God.
did God have amnesia? He tells Moses, no one can see me in the flesh. Then he's like, you know what? Forget that. I'm going to come down. Beam me down. And I'm going to come and build tables and chairs and make you wine. First miracle. I mean, this makes no sense to us, bro.
Wouldn't it be a messenger he sent? That could make sense.
Why, bro? God is outside of time. Time itself is a creation of
like
God.
trying to go into a computer.
Before the day of judgment, God's going to kill literally everything. Every single, even the angels holding up God's throne. Time itself will crumble. Every molecule,
the entire
every piece
universe,
of
and every
bacteria,
dimension,
animal, ant, everything will die, and it will only be God. And then He's going to resurrect everyone back
and he
for
was
the day
saying
of judgment.
on this day, who's the king when everything's destroyed? Meaning, even like he said, not only the world we can see, the world we
unseen
can't
world.
see, every dimension of the
Yeah,
universe
there's-
will be completely destroyed. And he will say, who else is king? That's why he's the king of all kings. He's beyond our comprehension. It's not something we can imagine. It's like when you type certain things in your calculator and it says malfunction.
Yeah, he's
the
so
human
much smarter
mind
than
cannot
us, exactly.
comprehend God in its human form.
I agree with that. I think he's so much.
And when we say he, it's
Above
not even
us.
because he's a man. It's the royal plural. It's the royal, of king of
does.
majesty.
Now,
I'm not
what-
going to call him a they and calling it or they, so I'm going to keep calling God a he. But
No.
but you're correct.
No, I'm saying, but you know how like the royal court would say we, and with our power invested in us, doesn't mean multiple. It's the king.
Yeah. And so Christians will hear that. You can't understand God. That's why the Trinity, I believe it. But we don't take logic out of the equation when explaining God. So there's aspects like, God's ultimate justice. How do you understand that every single deed doesn't go unnoticed? Every single one is going to be accounted for in your book, and God's the most just. That's a hard concept to wrap your head around. God being outside of time, that's a hard concept to wrap your head around. But then to say that God is a man doesn't make sense. That's like, this is going to offend people.
No, I
but
call
I'm
God
really
a he,
sorry.
but I would agree that's not.
But no, bro,
I
brother,
have a lot of Christian
God is
listeners.
God.
I have a lot of respect for him, but there's a few things that I have a hard time comprehending with Christianity.
No, of course, bro. I mean, God is God. That's our belief. There's nothing that you can put God equals X, God equals Y. That's like saying, can a man become a woman? No.
Exactly.
Can a dog become a pig? No.
Can you-
Certain
can I
things
become a
have
God?
certain
Of course not.
definitions.
I had a
God
friend
is.
tried saying he's like a God. Oh God, I'm like no, bro, you're not. Like
But I
that.
think where
Maybe
Christians
in us
get
a little bit.
I think where Christians get twisted is they don't understand what the word God in itself means. So if God is the creator, right? God is all knowing, God is all powerful, God is independent, meaning God can't be dependent on something. Everything is dependent on God. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So then if you look at, Jesus, peace be upon him, for example, he ate, he slept, he was born. Even in the Bible, he gives the glory to God. He says, not by my will, but your will. It's very clear that he doesn't have
He's
the
a messenger
attributes of the
God. It
Almighty
seems like
Creator.
he was sent as a messenger. That's
Yeah, and
that's
it's very
not
interesting because
odd.
we were even on the Hodge twins yesterday, and I told them, I said, do you believe there's nothing, I asked
It's
them,
the first part I fell asleep on. Sorry. Go ahead.
I asked them, I said, do you believe there's nothing worthy of worship except our Creator? And they said, yes. And then they, later went on to say, well, Jesus is the Creator in flesh. So it's like they acknowledge he's not actually the Creator. So my message is just pray to the Creator alone. And that's logically the safest thing you can do. If you know that no matter what, you are going to return to your Creator, just pray to him.
Yeah.
That's it.
To me, it seemed weird. Yeah, praying to Jesus instead of God. Why not?
And so-
why skip the middleman, or I guess
Yeah,
say the same person.
And so there's something called your fitra. So this is your innate disposition that God placed inside of you. I was explaining this the other day. You naturally know that killing someone is wrong.
Yeah.
You know stealing is wrong. You don't need a book to tell you that. You know in your heart you feel sick inside when you do something like that.
Yeah, you should.
So then also in your fitra, your innate disposition, you know that God is one. You have an innate desire to want to connect with God. That's why every society around the world, there's always an aspect of trying to connect to God in some
that's
way that
true.
they're
All
trying
around,
to.
They identify it different ways, but every society believes in God.
This isn't random. This was placed inside of us by our Creator.
As many of you guys know, I run a free speech podcast. That comes as a price. It's being demonetized everywhere. So one way to support the podcast is to buy your books from AntelopeHillPublishing.com. Today's selection is The Trans-Industrial Complex. This book covers the money-making machine of the trans industries and shows it's not to help people, but to make money and get rich. So again, if you want to support the podcast, go to AntelopeHillPublishing.com and be sure to use promo code FIGHTBACK. That'll save you money and support me. Thank you. I'm excited to announce the Fight Back podcast has partnered with Anobi Peptides. Peptides are the future of medicine. They get all their peptides here in America from real compounding pharmacy, not that Chinese stuff or Indian stuff. be sure to use promo code FIGHTBACK. Like repulsive, like not to get too off subject, but like homosexuality, for example, you naturally would feel repulsion as a man.
That's a funny, yeah.
And they try pushing that on us, like normalizing it. I don't have hatred towards these people, but like trying to like, remember the human sexuality class, they tried putting on gay porn. I was just sick and I walked out. Like they were just trying to force this, like.
Oh, what? They put gay porn?
Isn't that insane? It's just disgusting.
What school did you go to, bro?
No, I know.
It was a college, but still, that's just disgusting. I had to, like, you feel
They're
like
like, and Jimmy approaches Peter.
But they try pushing you on you so much that you like normalize it. And it's like I said, I don't have hatred towards these people, but you can know when you look at that this is not natural, not right.
No.
Yeah.
It's malfunction down there.
And what's really sad, bro, is a lot of people don't understand the unseen world. This is why so many people fall into gay temptations and sleeping with women nonstop and drinking and this and that. So
how did you fall into them?
Huh?
No, it's easy to fall into the
This guy's
temptation.
falling asleep on the podcast.
He had a rough day yesterday, so we'll forgive him. I was gonna bring a timer, but if he wasn't sick, to time Beck off so you could talk. But he's
He's
sick,
doing
so.
great right now. Love you,
This is
bro.
the best you've ever had.
I swear I was gonna bring a timer and be like, all right,
Yo,
all
how
right,
quiet
you're
have I
timed
been?
out.
I've
Sonny's
been good,
time.
bro. I've been good. Play the
I've
first
never-
episode.
I've
I
never
didn't even
seen
let
you-
him talk.
I
Last
didn't get to talk. I was like,
last time I didn't
even
even let you talk on your own show.
Oh,
was just
I've
hype
never
with it.
seen
I
you
was
so
hype. I was
quiet.
hype.
Let's get you some. No, you had a rough day.
I had a rough couple of days.
Overall,
bro.
you feel better though.
I feel great, man. Thank God.
You need some water?
At least
No,
you've
I'm
gone
good.
out with a bang with the Hodge twins.
He was about to make a good point.
I was just
The show
going to
must
explain,
go
bro.
on. Yeah, sorry.
A lot of people, you don't know how to defend yourself spiritually. And there is an unseen world, and black magic and all these things are real.
They
So
are
it's
real,
very
too.
important to look to understand why you're so stressed at night. Why are these things happening in your life? Why do you keep falling to that same sin? And you're trying to stop it. So this isn't what we believe, to be honest with you. This is what God says in the Quran, explaining creation. So basically the Quran is like when you make a car, you make a user manual with it. Our creator, when he created us, he didn't not give us guidance. He didn't just make us and say, good luck. He sent us messengers throughout time, and they always came with the same message. So in the Quran, he talks about how there's two free-willed beings that he created, humans and jinn, which would be spirits if you were to translate that, right?
Christianity kind of called similar to what they would call demons, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
the-
Spirits,
it's the
demons.
same idea,
It's a translation. You could say spirits or demons, but they have free will. So think about that for a second. They can either choose to submit to God. They're going to be judged on Judgment Day too, or they can rebel against God. So God clearly commands them to not interfere with the human realm. So anytime there's jinn interfering with this realm, they're going against God's command. They're sinning. So the way it works is Satan basically has an army of these jinn, these spirits, and they can travel like this. They can bounce around. They're in the unseen world. You can't even comprehend them. You can't draw them. You know, anyone that tries to make an image of a jinn, you have no idea what it looks like.
They could probably shapeshift.
Yeah,
They
and
can.
you know, you said
They
you've
actually
taken.
can.
I don't know if you want to say this
Yeah,
publicly,
no,
but
right. You're taking DMT and you see
Exactly.
No, they
entities.
can shapeshift.
I was
It's
like
actually one of the-
idiotically an
yeah.
atheist until doing that, and I didn't think it was. It's like you grow into another dimension. It's not like you're hallucinating. It's like seeing what's unseen. You're perceiving things that are really there that you typically can't perceive.
That's
So-
what you call the veil. Humans have a veil over their eye.
And I'd be very careful when who messes around with that stuff because you're opening up a spirit world. You know, it's like
That's a major sin.
ayahuasca,
Major sin.
DMT. It's a very, very serious.
yeah, it's not a joke. And a lot of people, they go retarded and they never come back.
Would
after
you ever
that.
do it again?
I don't know. When I was in Peru last time, guys,
Don't.
There guys were trying to get me to do ayahuasca.
Why
with
do you
them in the
think they
jungle.
have a shaman there?
Yeah, I don't think I would do it. Yeah, well, guys are trying to. Get
Oh,
me to
so
go.
the spirits. No, bro, that's some
And there's
demonic
a lot of bad
shit.
shamans too. A lot of bad shamans too. I
Okay,
hear.
some demonic shit going on there.
But anyways, what's very interesting about the jinn and you know Satan's army is when they whisper in your ear, it sounds like your own voice.
Was.
What does that mean again?
The whisper.
Oh, that's what it
So
is,
when
right?
you're having bad
Yeah,
thoughts,
so, like, let's say-
take the drink, do
Telepathy.
the line, go home with the girl.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
so then, like, for example, when you're drinking, your spiritual shield is opened up. It's like
that's why in alcohol.
it's
people
like in
do dumb
Star
shit.
Wars. You've seen Star Wars when they throw the thing down and they have the big bubble.
That's why you
It's
make
like you
poor
have
choices
shield.
when you're drinking.
Exactly. So you become more susceptible to them, you know, whispering in your ear and messing with you. You know, I've gone, you know, years without watching, you know, Corn, and then you know you drink, and then that night you do it, and you're like, what happened? Like, what the?
Alcohol makes you dumb shit. Yeah,
Yeah, you do stupid shit. You go home with the two, whatever it is.
Girl you shouldn't have slept with. You know, we were trying to be good, or dude, all of a sudden you're doing drugs.
Bro, good
or-
girls, good virgin girls, never kissed a guy in their life. They get drunk, go out, and they lose their virginity. I saw this firsthand my first week at college. I couldn't believe it. But the point is, bro, you know, praying 5 times a day, just understanding how to protect yourself spiritually. It's very important that you guys look into this. We can't go over it all.
That's why Muslims are so opposed to drinking, because
Yes, because it makes you more susceptible to the demonic realm.
Let's be real, Jake. I've been in
made
nightlife.
poor choices in alcohol.
I was in nightlife for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Anything I ever did in my life I regretted was when I was drunk.
No, you're right.
Let's be real.
I've had some fun time drinking, but the poor
It's
choices
the
I made
gateway.
have been.
It's the gateway.
I've never been like, oh, I'm gonna do cocaine when I'm not fucking
Alcohol's the gateway, dude.
But doesn't that just make sense? Doesn't that just make sense? Like, don't you have thoughts sometimes where you're just like, where is this coming from? So a lot of people that don't understand
trying to like push
that
it out
not
of your head.
Yeah, so they can't hear your thoughts. They can only whisper. That's what the jinn can do. They can only whisper and suggest things to you. Because even on the day of judgment, you're going to be like, Satan, he told me to do it. Or what is it? It's going to be like, I did it because of him.
All I did was invite you.
And Satan's going to say, all I did was suggest it. He chose to do it himself.
Because you have free will.
That's an interesting theory. I've never heard
But doesn't that just like resonate? Doesn't it make sense?
Hear these like, when you're fighting in your own head sometimes over not doing something, and you're like, it's like
Should
a
I
battle.
smash it or
feels
not?
like it's a battle among. Yeah, it's like a battle in your own head. That does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all had those battles when you're like fighting your own mind, or should you be lazy or not?
Or you're fighting the small head.
Should you keep your word? Yeah, or like should I keep my word? I don't
You're
wanna
like,
do this.
oh, shit. Shouldn't have done that.
Interesting. What's interesting, something else I found, every culture all throughout the history, different countries, all have very similar ideas of like kind of a demon and a god and these
Afterlife.
elves, aliens, reptilians, shapeshifters. It doesn't matter what country, where you go, it's always like these demons that can come and get in your ear and corrupt you. And
yeah, they've actually been on Earth longer than humans have. So that's why Satan is even Satan. Because, so when God, he created jinn from a smokeless fire, right?
Look at Jake when you talk.
I don't want to get a single word wrong in this whole podcast, or I have to face God on Judgment Day. So I like double checking sometimes. It's not the end of the world.
That's not the only thing you got to work
but
on.
you got like 20 years on him, right? You got a little
At least.
experience. Yeah.
But let me tell you something. In my experience as a Muslim, and I've been in the faith a long time, I've never seen someone like him. For the short amount of time, to be as passionate as he's about the faith, and to just want to have knowledge and seek knowledge, and generally actually cares about people and them finding the truth, I've never met anyone like him.
Well, and he's trying to learn, like he's asking you because he knows you have so many years. Like you got to be open-minded, like truly passionate to learn something.
Well, I'm just double checking, even the little specific things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to fuck it up when you're like, makes sense to me. You're new. How long have you been Muslim for?
Year and a half.
Okay, that's not long at all.
Yeah, almost 2 years now,
Yeah, that's really not long at all, though, considering most Muslims I know have grown up as a Muslim.
Yeah, and I mean, even that, it took me months after becoming Muslim to start, like, actually taking it seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't click for me that this is actually, the final revelation from God until probably 6 months into practicing.
What made you make that jump? Because that's a big jump for
well, it's very simple, bro. Like, I could explain to you. Do you know what you do to become Muslim right now? Are you familiar?
Yeah, you just, like, say the... what I don't think
Declaration.
So, like, do you believe there's nothing of worthy of worship but our Creator?
I think I believe all this stuff. I'm not going to say the words right now.
No, this isn't
I do.
formally. Do you believe that this Creator sent messengers?
I mean, yeah.
You just saying that makes you Muslim. If you just say that formally, there's
Yeah.
nothing worthy of worship but you, God, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the final messenger of God. Same thing at the time of Jesus. You would have said, "There's nothing worthy of worship except God," and Jesus is the messenger of God. Through whatever time you were in of the prophets, you would have said that just with the prophet's name. Because if you agree with the message that they're saying, then they're a messenger of God. You're acknowledging that.
You believe in God and the messengers.
And you never worship the
So
messengers.
it's not that complicated.
No, it's really not that complicated. And
Being
I
a
couldn't
better person.
conceptualize this. I always thought like this is just, to get me in. Even if you say that, all your sins are wiped away. I couldn't believe this at first.
Muslims have done a way better. I mean, maybe it's because it's a Christian country and people assume I have it. Muslims have done a way better job of reaching out, trying to educate me in a respectful way, though. Like, they've tried really hard to put me to the side, but no one's been disrespectful about it. And that's really something I've noticed. There's probably more people converting to Islam than other religions because they really reach out, like in a way, like, hey, brother, if you have questions, I'll send you a copy of the Quran. Or if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm constantly getting that.
Yeah, and we understand that at the end of the day, it's God who guides you. I can just, I'm grateful that I'm able to help spread the message, but I'm not the one that gets you to become Muslim.
Was
it's
there a
God that
particular
opens your
person
heart.
that pushed you towards it, or was it just kind of slowly hearing the message? Or
Sneeko was a big part of it for sure. He brought me to the mosque a bunch of times with him. The first time I went, I was in shorts, which you're not supposed to do, and it was uncomfortable the first few times going there. Like I'm one of the only white people.
Weird, like white.
Yeah, now I walk in there like I'm so confident. You know what I mean? I walk around. Salam alaikum, salam alaikum, salam alaikum.
I was honestly a little surprised. Like, I was treated so good. I felt the same way being white, not a Muslim. Like, I was like, I don't think I can go in here and sneak on. He's like, oh, just come. And I'm like, all right, went in there, and I was treated so good. Then I was comfortable once I went in there. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is totally...
And you see, it's very simple. There's no pictures. There's no idols. There's nothing. You clean yourself before you go in. Remember, taught you how to do ablution, where you clean your body before prayer. And then it's just you put your head on the ground and pray to your creator. You don't need... we could drop down right here and pray to God and connect to Him. You could be anywhere.
People feel so much hatred towards this. To me, it's weird. Now, I've been on an island where they have that loud call to prayer in the middle of the night. I don't love that. Now, if you're in Islamic countries, that's fine. But I was like, fuck, I don't want to hear this in the middle of the night. But like, there's hatred towards this when it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. So even in the documentary, I believe they have the call to prayer. Well, they do in a couple mosques in Dearborn, Michigan. But the regulations are just like anything else.
Can't be too loud, right?
Can't be too loud. So it has to be under a certain decibel limit. It can't start before, I think it was 7 or 8 o'clock in the documentary. So if the morning prayer is at 5:30, you can't do the morning prayer out loud, or the adhan, calling for people to come pray.
PP Island in Thailand, they have this loud ass call to prayer, and you go out, it's a party island, you go like party all night, and then it's just I just fell asleep. You're just like,
I could imagine.
It's just so loud. But beautiful spot right there.
Yeah, and even hearing like Allah and like the adhan, that's the call to prayer, and all this stuff at first, like it didn't resonate with my heart. Some people, they hear the Quran and they're like, this is so beautiful, this is the best thing I've ever heard, and then they accept the faith. For me, that was not the case. Even the first 6 months of being Muslim, I didn't even say the word Allah when praying. I would pray to God.
Yeah.
But then now it's funnily
that just means the same thing. Allah just means God.
Yeah, exactly. But funnily now it's the opposite, which is weird. I don't really like the word God. I actually like the word Allah more, because the English language is coded. The word God backwards is dog. Like there's I don't know how to fully explain it, but there's weird aspects to it, which just doesn't hit the heart as hard. You look like you're just dying right now.
How did you two guys connect, by the way? 'Cause that's kind of an interesting...
God.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the best way to put it.
If I thought I'd be traveling the world with a 22-year-old, I'd have laughed at you.
Where do you guys connect?
I would have traded this kid for a mountain of gold. We connected through one of my fans was like, hey, you should, reach out to Sonny. I was like, who is he?
Yeah, like,
yeah,
what,
he didn't know who I was either. And
everyone
we didn't start working. We didn't start
Everyone
working together either. We just started hanging out together. He ended up moving close by me. He had already become a Muslim. I had nothing to do with that. I had zero to do with his journey. But he ended up moving close by to me. We started hanging out a lot, and we took a couple trips. And then I was like...
For me, it was... Beck is one of those guys that he doesn't know how to run his own social medias properly. His thumbnails, his titles, his videos are edited like garbage.
Talk like a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. So I would see his face all over clipping accounts. And I'd be like... What's funny about that is... he does this to everyone, bro. When he called me for the first time, you know how he talks nonstop? He talks your ear off. You've seen my videos. You've definitely seen my videos.
You know me.
You know me. I've never seen one of his videos in my entire life.
Sure.
Hang up the call... The next week, he's all over my feed nonstop.
Isn't it funny how that happens sometimes?
Yeah, the timing of this whole story is really, really fascinating.
I'm Mick Jagger, bro.
And so, like, that same week, I ended up publicizing that I'm Muslim. I got into a big, thing with family. I had to leave the house, this and that.
Your own family you got into thing? That sucks.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about that.
They don't really like, just not even his family, just in general. Regardless of what faith you go to, if you leave to me, most people follow religion like a tradition. It's not because it makes sense to them.
You follow what your family.
So they feel like you're breaking custom, right? And same thing. My family, he was hard on me when I became more practicing as a Muslim. So it's just a very common thing. When you go towards God, the devil attacks.
I think you have to
just
pick
the way
your
it
own
is.
faith,
Yeah.
You can try to guide your children, but you can't force them to.
No.
Even prophets of God, Noah, he was building the ark, and he was begging his son to come help him out. Come on the ark. Look what's coming, bro. It's coming. His own son drowned in front of his eyes. And this is a messenger.
Yeah, any human condition or problem we have, those conditions, you can find them in the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. Those are the greatest teachers, is these men and these women of God that went through what worst nightmares would be. Look at Joseph being thrown down a well by his own brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison because he didn't want to sleep with his master's wife. And through patience and adversity, he became the second most powerful man in Egypt. So any human condition, you can learn, like in these books, how to overcome the worst adversity possible.
Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry.
They're the great teachers.
Humans haven't really changed how we behave.
No.
Or like you see all the exact same patterns.
Sicknesses.
All through history. We're not very different in the last couple. I mean, we've been around who knows how many years, but we've clearly not changed very much.
Nope.
Yeah, people will say it's, the anti-religion guys. Why are you following a book from thousands of years ago? But it's like, well, why does it perfectly apply to every aspect of your life today?
Yeah, cultures will change in different areas, but like how humans behave doesn't change. I mean, maybe over tens of thousands of years, I have no idea.
Because it's human desire. It's actually desire. Mm-hmm. The deadly sins, lust and gluttony and arrogance and pride, right? These things have always been in the human being. Since the first murder, since Cain killed his brother.
Women prostituting themselves, all of it.
Yeah, what are the 7 sins?
Lust, envy, gluttony.
Pride,
yeah.
Associating with God.
Yeah, and
idolatry.
Yeah. Envy, luckily, I don't struggle with, but like almost everyone has at least one or two they struggle with.
Of course we do. We all do. Because
everyone
we're
has
human,
something. Everyone does different sins, but everyone has something they're battling with.
Arrogance is the most dangerous one for sure. That's what actually, to get back to that story of how Satan became Satan, arrogance is what caused that. So like I said, jinn were on earth. Remember the spirits that have free will? They were here before humans. So then God came along and he created human. The first man, Adam.
Jinn are before us.
Yeah, and so God then commanded Satan, who was a jinn, to prostrate to Adam out of respect, because he said that humans are the best of his creation, right? And that they're going to be like the rulers of this test, the dunya, earth, essentially. And Satan, out of arrogance, you created me first. How am I going to prostrate and show respect to him? So he got into a big beef with God, essentially. And God basically commanded him. I'm not doing this story justice right now, bro. I don't want to get a single thing wrong.
You waking up.
No.
Sounds like other people.
He always gets mad.
Other people arguing with God.
Cook, bro. Cook.
Cook.
It's your turn, Sonny. We got back sick. This is the one time.
Yeah. And so basically, Satan was commanded to hell, and all he asked from God was to keep me here until the day of judgment, so that I can show you how ungrateful your creation is. So God granted him that wish. So that's why Satan, he's been around for thousands of years. He knows all of the tricks and the books.
Yeah, it reminds me of someone else who thinks they can argue with God and outsmart him.
But it was arrogance. It was arrogance out of not listening to God's command to show respect to Adam, the first human. And that's what sent him to hell. And that's what's going to send him to hell.
And it's pretty much the same story in all three faiths, right? They believe in Satan, the battle between the demonic realm, which Satan and Adam and Eve, the prophets of God that came to bring humanity back on the path. When we're talking about aliens and Anunnaki and all this bullshit, I promise you all it is interdimensional battle between demons and humans.
Yeah.
Whether it's aliens.
And I think they figured a way. I think they figured a way to come into this world. I think they've been preconditioning us. The greatest trick the devil ever played wasn't to tell humanity he didn't exist, was to convince us he was an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is one of my theories.
Right, whether it's alien or whatever they call it.
I don't think it was aliens. I think the reason all the hieroglyphics are the same throughout all these ancient civilizations is because the devil used the same tactics throughout time. And if it worked once, he kept repeating the process. The only objective the devil ever had was to make us associate with God anything. As long as we associate with God, which doesn't deserve to be associated. In Islam, the only unforgivable sin is to associate with the Creator that which has no right. To say he eats and drinks and pees and shits and has kids and
he's an
elephant. Or he was born in cow dung, which is crazy to me. But that's how far the devil takes you. It's everything else in our life. It starts small. This is why Muslims are very strict in their religion. This is called aqidah, right? And also taqwa, God consciousness, that every move and motion is by the glory and grace of God, that even every breath you take is a mercy of him allowing you to have another second.
You can never show a picture.
That is why it's called Islam, submission. Because whether you like it or not, the only reason you're arrogant is to think that you don't depend upon that creator. The atheist is arrogant because he thinks all of this came into existence randomly. So a Muslim says, no, I'm in a state of submission whether I like it or not. That sun's going to rise whether I like it or not. I have no power over the sun, but there's one who made that sun, and his command is law. And he's allowed us to have free will, but eventually that free will will end, and you will be in a state of submission, and you realize who the master is. So better to choose submission than to have it forced upon you.
Mm-hmm. something I found a little weird about Christianity too.
That was my 2 minutes on this episode.
You're on.
Exhausted, yeah.
No, the idea
I'm
of
tired too, bro.
The idea of religion. Yeah, well, we can wrap in a few, but
No,
the
no,
idea,
I'm
the idea
good,
of
bro.
original sin, that babies are born with sin. I think the reason everyone gets so angry when someone harms a child is because obviously a child's innocent and pure.
Yeah, we
don't have that.
We
Go ahead.
believe babies are born Muslim because the word Muslim just means one who submits to God. So the trees are Muslim. The way the waves go are Muslim. The sun coming and rising is
You don't
Muslim.
believe like a baby has sin. That idea.
How does that make
I
any
really
sense,
thought of that,
bro?
and I'm like, wait.
So-
Christians believe a baby's born with sin. Child's like pure.
But I gave this example to you before when we were hanging out. Let's say you do me wrong,
Yeah.
right? And you're asking for my forgiveness. Do you just forgive me?
I mean, yeah,
If you can.
it has to be genuine. It depends on what someone does, but if someone is genuinely,
It's hard,
if
too, even
someone's
when they
really
ask.
trying to apologize, depending on how big the thing is, I can forgive people. But if it's not genuine, I can't.
Let's say you stepped on my foot on purpose, or you stepped on my shoe on purpose to piss me off,
Yeah,
and you want me to forgive you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
just apologize, but have to like be genuine about it.
You don't kill your son?
No,
That's the exact comparison. That's literally the exact comparison to a T. Is that God, the Almighty Creator, outside of time, knowing we're going to sin, creating us knowing we have these temptations to sin, instead of when we put our hands to the sky and we say, God, I'm so sorry. I hate to sin with all my heart. I'm not going to share it with anyone. I'm going to keep it to myself. Oh, God, please forgive me. I'll try my best to do better. That doesn't work. He needs to kill his son. This is something that just, I could never wrap my head around it. And even a lot of, my Christian Catholic friends, like, I don't know a single one that goes to confession. Like I said, your fitra, your innate disposition, people, this is why I say they're Muslim at heart. Because all this stuff I'm saying, does it not just make sense to you?
I mean it does. I'm trying to piss off my Christian listeners, but like, yeah, it makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. And even to a lot of my Christian friends, and, they accept all this as true. But it's just taking that step to become Muslim. It's so stigmatized.
Yeah, there's so many similarities between the religions. There's just a few.
Yeah, no.
Differences,
Overall,
I guess.
the
But
actual
overall, like,
values.
we believe in almost all the same prophets.
We believe exactly. We just have, like, if we're playing sports, we just have Jesus in a different position.
Yeah.
Christians have him as the coach. Maybe we have him as a starting quarterback.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Let's close with a few current events and stuff. What's up? I ran. I'm sure you don't know what's up, but it's so fucking weird. It looked like Trump had launched an attack on him a week or so ago, and then called it off last minute. I don't know what's true and what's not, because fake news. But New York Times reported, I think, that Netanyahu called him and told him to call it off last minute. I think they allegedly, I don't really fucking know what's true and not. They took out some of their Mossad agents that were there, and they kind of lost contact of what was happening in Iran. Like, it just seems they're so hell-bent on war with Iran, which is insane, because it does nothing to benefit the Americans. I don't think anyone really supports it, but we're probably going to go to war with Iran anyways. It just shows you how much fucking control these people have. I mean, Netanyahu gave Trump Top Jew of the Year award. I think he called it something else, but he's the first non-Jew to get the Top Jew award. And he's just like, Trump gets all excited, fucking happy. Such a clown. He will, in Venezuela, he kidnapped the president. Still the same fucking government in charge there. But another girl wants to be placed in charge, and she heard that Trump was mad because she won Nobel Peace Prize apparently last year. She went to the White House, awards Trump the fucking Nobel Prize. He's sitting there all like fucking giddy that he has a Nobel Peace Prize that he didn't win. It's just like such buffoonery. I mean, I don't know how people really can. I don't know your guys' opinion on Trump, but I don't know how people really support this guy anymore.
You got to be an NPC to still support Trump. I mean, after the Epstein thing, that was the final.
Yeah,
that was the absolute final straw. I mean, even my family, I was looking at them still supporting Trump, and I couldn't believe it, bro. I mean, he marketed on the campaign of being the guy that's going to free the world. I don't need the money. I don't need the money, right? And then what does he do? I'm gonna release the Epstein files, and then he spits in the face of his followers.
White binders
Bro,
and all.
Yeah.
loyalty isn't us to politicians; it's them to us.
Yeah. Yep.
You're supposed
Yes.
to market and then fulfill your promises. And that's why we support you. I mean, regarding the stuff in Iran, it's funny with the marketing tactic they're taking where they're still saying they have nukes and they want to kill Americans because they eat cheeseburgers and their women are this and that. They just say the same lies over the past 30 years. They haven't even changed it up. Like, people don't buy this stuff
You're not
anymore.
old enough, but the war in Iraq, literally, when Netanyahu said that weapons of mass destruction, went to fucking war.
Yeah.
I was against that war too. It's the same exact fucking bullshit.
And then, bro, it's very clear you can't serve two masters. Who does Trump show allegiance to?
Israel over America. It appears.
Okay. And then, look at, bro, from the demonic perspective, this is why I was giving you a warning earlier today. If you see a guy with one eye, bro, we're in the Dajjalic system. We're in the Antichrist system right now. It's all being built. So I really think that this is one of the final straws before they have full control over the entire world. And basically chaos is going to erupt everywhere.
It's either you fight back now or never.
You're not gonna
Fighting back.
it-
Name the podcast "Fight Back." It's
You-
like I thought we have no choice.
Yeah, bro, food. This is a privilege. Even just this little drip of water, we're going to be begging we have this one day. The smallest
Palestinians
things.
are being treated. This is how they want the whole world
And
to
we're
be treated.
supporting it. Our nation's supporting it. What do you think God's thinking watching
It's
this?
purely evil. He sees that and it's like, it's clearly evil. But
Every empire has fallen. I don't. A lot of these America First guys, I think they forget every empire has fallen. Rome, dust.
Yeah, I love America.
The
but
UK.
we're
It used to
declining.
have, what, half of the globe? And now it's this little ass island where they're putting gay flags higher than their own.
They'll be arrested for social media posts.
I mean,
They're trying to in America. They're trying to get that too. I think it was in Miami. The police were showing up at someone's fucking house over a anti-Semitic fucking Facebook post. It's like they're trying to bring that to America.
I mean, bro, even the aspect that the mayor was in the chosen land kissing the wall with these ugly ass shoes, literally supporting genocide. But these guys play a song, and that's 1,000 times worse. I mean, I just can't wrap my head around that, bro.
The story of like the last fucking week is dudes go to a club and play Kanye song, El Hitler. Like, give me a fucking break. No one cares, or no one should care. They care, but give me a break. It's a song. It's like you care about a song more than a current genocide.
Listen, for me, the whole thing is the double standards. I think people are tired of the double standard. People like Jake Lang, Valentina Gomez can grab the Quran, defile it, call Muslims dirty. They should be rounded up. They're this, they're that. The worst things you call a human being. No one bats an eye. But God forbid you even slightly offend someone from that group, you can get thrown out of every restaurant in America. You can get debanked. You can get ostracized, censored. So people are not stupid. They see it, and people are tired of it. And people know that this status quo is not going to continue more like this. And I think a lot of people on the right are waking up.
Yeah, things are going to change. Or
I, as an American, can criticize whoever the fuck I want.
Yep.
Period. And it doesn't mean I'm even criticizing you as a group of people, but a government, a foreign government, and you're going to attack us like this for that? What else should we know? What else are you hiding?
And bro, at the end of the day, my whole moral compass is based on Islam at this point because I'm 100% confident that it is the truth. So when I, want to base it, I'm down to. You want to finish up a little bit longer?
You want to spend some more time?
We'll
Because
finish
I
like 10
got to
more
get to that
we'll
meeting.
finish like 10
I'm down to do
minutes.
like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, we'll do 10 minutes because Beck's got to get a meeting. So you good? Or do you want to?
It's always been a pleasure, brother. Had a good couple of days.
For those of you that don't know, Beck was in the hospital yesterday.
It
The
was a
fact
lot
he's
of
even
fun.
here right now, props to you, my bro.
He
Yeah,
dies
look
right
at
now.
the-
He's
look at
gonna
the
go.
IVs, bro.
We're gonna celebrate.
Look, seriously, I don't know where the camera is, but
So you're a trooper though. You said
look
you-
at the
you-
black and blue, bro. Like from all the IVs I got.
I was telling you, let's redo it. But no, gave you a word. So thank you for.
Yo, that's how
coming
our
on. We'll go
generation
a few more
was.
minutes and
If you
wrap.
can't keep your word, you're not a man, bro.
So wait, which point?
Bitch!
What was I talking about just
Where the
now?
fuck we were at? We were on.
Where were we?
You
You don't
distracted
remember.
us, Beck.
Give me the
The boats?
below the table, please.
Yeah, we'll go like 2 more minutes and wrap. We were on fucking Iran. No, we were. The Hell Hitler. We're talking about the hypocrisy. Where the fuck we were at? God damn it.
You don't remember?
Now I'm retarded.
Aaron, you remember where we were?
You're sleeping. No, you were talking about Israel, bro.
Oh, I was saying how my moral compass is based on Islam.
Yeah.
So we look at that song that was played, and what were they playing right before it?
Probably something like
They were playing something that promotes adultery. Promotes adultery. So women going, shake that ass, ho, shake that ass, ho, bro. I don't know. You've been to, but you've been to the club,
Yeah,
and you've seen how when some of these songs come on, where it's encouraging
Girls start
women to shake their
twerking,
butts,
rubbing their
dude,
ass
they'll
on
be
it,
sitting
yeah.
there on the weather app, and out of nowhere, they're full twerking,
jump on you, give me
jump
lap
on you,
dances.
going around making out. It's
Yeah.
crazy what happens instantly, and that's not even the worst thing that they say in these songs, bro. How many of these rappers say that I'm God?
Yeah.
Compare themselves to the Almighty Creator.
How many said? Yeah, they talk about, they brag about.
Yeah, but
killing.
those two are worse: adultery and.
But I think they cause a lot of black people to kill each other because they glorify black people killing each other. So it makes these young black guys in the ghetto, if they don't have much, who are they looking up to? A fucking black guy saying, I want.
Yeah.
There's literally songs like "Murder on My Mind," like talking about, these are like big songs being pushed by Jewish record executives.
Yeah.
And these same people are freaking out, debanking Kanye West.
It's like, how are we anti-Semitic saying this, man? It's like I have Jewish friends, bro. One of my best Jewish friends a few months ago dropped dead. He just passed away. May God rest his soul. And it's annoying, man. I have Jewish family members. I have cousins that are Jewish. I have a very diverse family. I have Asian, I have gay family members. I have Spanish family members, half black. My stepbrother growing up was half black. Literally grew up with a half black brother, essentially. So I don't know, man. It's really weird, but it's not surprising. It's when you call them out on their shit, that's what they do.
They they want people scared, and they push these false narratives. They want people, because clearly they have the most power. They'll say it's anti-Semitic to say it, but they clearly run all the music industries, the Hollywood, the banks. So they want you scared, then they'll label you anti-Semite. And typically before, they still are. I mean, I'm self-employed. They would get people fired, stop working with them.
Yeah.
When I first started speaking up, they went after me hard. I mean, they still do. They try to get me canceled from everything. They're still trying to. They did our SPLC, try and get me canceled from like YouTube. They go after. They manage to track down people I work with and write them. People that I work with fucking know me. You know, I even do business with a fucking Jewish guy. He tells them to go get fucked. It's like people know me, know I'm not full of hate, but I see these double standards. I see fucking kids being killed. Yeah, I don't want to see fucking kids getting killed. I don't care if it's anti-Semitic to say I don't want to see kids getting killed, but they're trying to make that anti-Semitism. They want these anti-Semitic laws where that'll be illegal.
And it's sad because me and you, we both know Jews that are against this shit. They don't care what's going on in the Middle East. They don't even care about the religion for the most part. They eat pork, they drink, they go out. They're not even following it. So it's just, it's cooked, bro. It's really...
You know, like Dave Smith's a great example. I had him on the show. He speaks out against it strongly. So it's not that we hate Jews. It's like we hate fucking genocide.
But then what the people in power do is they say, well, because 90+% of Jews support Israel, then that's why you're anti-Semitic. Well, then why don't you guys speak up some more?
Yeah, less Jews should support Israel. You know, that they're creating anti-Semitism. It's like, yeah, these guys, you know what's really going to make you fucking hate Jews? Like the ADL, like Jonathan Greenblatt, whatever the fuck his name is. He was doing a speech the other day where he's talking about how he works with the FBI to fucking, which CashApp said they weren't working with the ADL. Obviously a lie. He said they're monitoring our bank accounts. People like me and you, our bank accounts, our social media, our crypto exchanges, they're spying on our phones. He's openly admitting this. Like if I said that, that's anti-Semitic, but then they go and say the exact same things.
Do you remember what I told you about the Antichrist? What distinct feature he's going to have?
One eye.
What's ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
What is it? What's its technology?
Like the AI. Oh fuck.
Say that
AI,
a few times.
Yeah, AI. Get it.
AI, bro. Yeah. Like they don't even hide it
Took
from
me
us.
A second to get like AI. Yeah.
AI, and this is what we're spewing our life problems to this. Everything that's on our mind, we're saying.
That's like been like a theme throughout, like hidden symbolism.
Yeah, and so all the celebrities, they show allegiance to it. We showed you a bit of that off camera.
Covering the eye, and I don't know enough about it, but I've seen the symbology. They're obviously like
it's even on the dollar bill.
The dollar
pyramid
bill.
with one eye.
Yeah, which is weird.
It even says it's a Christian country. It says Nuevo Secular Order, new secular order. This country was founded on secular values. It wasn't founded religiously, but what's really funny about the whole AI stuff now is, remember back in the day when you were watching the mafia movies and you know some guy was selling cocaine and they wanted to get him? Yeah. What would they do? They'd have a guy in a van outside his house. He'd have a cup of coffee. He'd have his tie undone. He's all tired and he'd have to be sitting there like this, waiting. What do they have to do now? They don't even need someone to listen to your phone calls. They can just have AI transmit every single word when you're actually on the phone and when you're not. You know, they're probably listening to us right now. 100%. This isn't even a debate.
Sure they have our phones hacked.
Yeah, so they don't need to use manpower to listen in on us anymore. They can just get AI reports of whatever they want. Mm-hmm. Understand our weak points, to understand what are people planning, to understand anything, bro.
Yeah,
and any aspect of you.
They track all of our data, like Palantir, which Trump's using to track all of our data. They're the same company that has kill lists in Palestine. They give you kill scores.
So look, bro, this is why at the end of the day I'm so passionate about Islam, because, you know, we could talk all day about Jews and this and that, but at the end of the day, the only thing that really matters is your deeds. And did you make the right decision? Because on Judgment Day, when everything is dust and we all rise back, who run the world, who did that, who did this and that, it doesn't matter, bro. It's just part of the test that we're facing right now. So
we do all need to stand up now, though, and speak truth. Like, you can't be cowardice in this life and expect to be rewarded in the next, you know.
No, of course.
Too many men are fucking cowards, which when I first started speaking for Palestine, everyone's like, oh, it's not worth it. You can't win. People weren't saying I was wrong. They're telling me I'm going to get killed. You're going to get this. It's like, you guys are fucking cowards. Sit there and say you can't win. Like, I'm just supposed to sit down and not try?
Yeah, of course, bro. I mean, and you were a really big part in pushing that pendulum and pushing that ceiling further. When you started talking about this stuff, it was not cool at all. Nobody was doing it. It was you and a few other guys.
At the time, it was not popular
now
at all.
There's clout chasers in this space now.
That's when you know it's crazy, when guys are clout chasing to push it. For me, I'm like, fuck. I didn't wake up like, oh, I want to start a war with the most powerful people in the world. I saw kids getting killed. I knew what was going on over there before because I'd been to Israel. I'd seen it. I studied it. Saw how I was trying to go to the West Bank and they wouldn't let me fucking go down there and shit. So you're like, oh, something's off. So I started doing searching. So I knew what they were doing was wrong. So
I didn't even know you've been there before.
Yeah, they took me on the Israel trip, trying to train IDF.
And you could sniff through the bullshit right away, huh?
Bullshit, yeah.
I actually got that offer too. I just never went. It was right after October 7th. I had a Jewish friend, one of the Persian ones, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, one group chat, we can get you there, and we can probably make you some money too. It'll be great."
I got paid too.
You got paid to do it too, right?
Yeah, because I was doing some training and stuff. So they pay you good. It's like they're trying to show you how great it is, but they won't let you go certain places.
Yeah.
You have guys. They send like hot women around you to try to seduce you, and it's like, "Oh, Israel's great." And you realize it's all. I could just see it was all bullshit.
Yeah.
They do that. Isn't it weird? Like all the influencers get brought there.
Yeah. I mean, bro, it's so insane how much the pendulum shifted that if you support them now, everyone knows like not to trust a word you say. And it's funny, bro, even a lot of these priests and pastors that are so pro-Israel, they're leading people away from the faith because of this one take. This is such a polarizing topic that if the person you're supposed to be learning about how to connect with God from is telling you to support this nation that's bombing children, bro, how can I trust your word about God anymore? What is spiritual about you?
If you have a heart, you can look at that and see it's evil, and it's like, it's fucking, you can look at any Telegram channel, any social media, you can go and find it. I just stopped looking, but you can find the evil, you can see it. Places like the West Bank, it's not Gaza, not where Hamas. They're going in there, brutalizing people, harassing them, they're raping all the prisoners. It's just, if you're not fucking stupid, you can see it's pure evil, and you have these dumb pastors saying it's okay, God's chosen people. Like, why do these Christians worship another religion?
Yeah, so like we talked about it a little bit earlier, they're trying to speed up the coming of Jesus, and with that, the Antichrist comes first, and that's going to be the hardest test and tribulation in history. I didn't even finish this point before, bro. You know how I said Muslims can't see God? You can't see God. So the Dajjal, the Antichrist, could be in front of my face saying, "I'm God, worship me." I could look like a starving African child, my ribs sticking out of my skin, and I wouldn't worship him at all for a bite of food. Because I know that if I do that, I'm cooked, bro.
If you see someone, it's not God.
But think about, I say this out of love for Christians because I really want the best for their souls, is if you believe God can come down as a man, how are you going to distinguish the difference between the true Jesus, who's saying worship God alone as we believe, or the false Messiah, who's a man that claims to be God? Do you see what I'm saying?
I do. Like, back to the DMT, it's like people say, oh, they have angels or demons, or I think that the guy that first termed it was like machine elves you talk to. Some are good, some are bad. But how do you know which ones are good or bad? Sometimes you might get like an instant fear, but then sometimes it's like it could be giving you good, but they could be deceiving you.
Yeah, but if no matter what, you can't see God in the flesh and live, as the Quran and the Bible says, both agrees on that concept, then just don't worship anything but him. Even like saints and, praying to this thing and that thing, just like only pray to the Creator. That's my main message that I want people to understand. Yeah, why? Why would you pray to something that's created? What is it going to do for you on the day of judgment? Pray to the thing that created everything else, the all-powerful, the all-knowing.
Yeah, people chase too many crazy things in this world, the vices and fucking money. Of course I like money, but people get caught up with their fucking cars and this.
You're always a slave to something at the end of the day, I think, we've seen Andrew Tate, it's hard to support the guy. It's really, really hard to support the guy at this point. And this is coming from me. You ever seen The Incredibles? Yeah. The movie?
No, I haven't. Oh. I don't watch very many movies.
Yeah, well, there's people watching this right now would know. There's like this kid in The Incredibles that like looked up to this guy, and then basically the guy like shit on him. So he he became mad, and then he grows up and they become enemies. It's kind of like similar because I used to glaze Tate. I used to watch his stuff nonstop. Every single video that he dropped, I would do a reaction to it, and now I just can't even stand watching him.
It's kind of like him and Sneeko, that whole thing. It's like, I liked Tate. I've hung out with him a few times, but it's just when he's trying to throw Sneeko under the bus for that song.
And it wasn't even him.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't even him that played the song.
If it was him, though, you don't throw someone under the bus. Like, even if he doesn't like Sneeko, you don't just be like, oh, this person played the song.
Yeah.
When you act like your whole personality is Mr. Bass, and then like, oh, it was Sneeko. I had nothing to do with that. Like, come on.
Bro, this is the basics of being a man, is don't snitch.
Exactly. Even if you don't like someone, you never snitch.
Where'd you grow up again?
California by Stockton.
Oh, you grew up in Stockton? I'm sure Stockton, that was like the main rule, don't snitch.
Yeah, if you snitch, you're automatically ostracized from everything. Everyone hates you.
You're a rat.
You never snitch. It doesn't matter. Fucking someone else did it and you don't like them.
It was the same thing in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the worst things you could do is snitch on somebody else.
Yeah, like snitch and pedophiles, like things you can't do.
Yeah.
You just learn you never snitch. You don't fucking. But I think it's good for overall. You don't fucking. It was definitely weird. Sneeko came out winning that exchange.
Yeah, I mean he's 10 toes down on this thing. He's saying it with his chest. So he doesn't give a shit. And overall, I mean, it's a blessing, bro. At the end of the day, he can't go to clubs anymore?
Yeah, good, exactly.
I'm glad. Thank you.
I can't go to fucking Tao group. It's like, oh shit, I can't go to a lame fucking club.
You can't go to more Goy Slop. It's like more. What do you want to go to a Knicks game? You want to go see some artist playing in Madison Square Garden.
The Tao restaurants, a bunch of overpriced, shitty fucking restaurants.
Yeah. I don't even know which restaurants are theirs, but
I don't either. But
who cares at the end of the day? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to support them anyways. I want to find out who's on them and not go support those businesses.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, people that support genocide. Well, shit, anything we should do before we wrap up? Since we should make sure Beck's all right in a few minutes.
Is there anything else from the documentary we should cover?
Oh yeah, let's talk about the documentary. What's it? They just go to your channel to find it. At
The Muslim Invasion of America. Shout out Sakeb, director of the documentary. Beck. It's bro. Just let me explain how we even made this real quick, because we haven't said this on any of our podcasts yet. So initially, we made intention. We saw that there was a lot of propaganda ramping up in Dearborn. This is before the first protests even happened. We just saw Twitter accounts ramping up. And they're copy and paste, bro. Every time you see, even the Somalia thing, they had
boosted by Elon,
they had a propaganda campaign promoted by Elon, JD Vance, all these same shills. And then what happens? Now there's protests there. Somalia land goes down. Bro, it's easy to read. You can read them like a book at this point.
Characters that are controlled by Israel pushing it.
Yeah, so we saw that happening with Dearborn. So we were like, yo, we need to go there and make a video about what's actually happening. So, we made intention, we're going to get funding, help out, this and that. And then I end up going to Italy on a trip because Beck's a lot to deal with. I need a break from the guy. I love him. He's like a brother to me. I need a reset.
People don't know him. This is the least amount he's ever talked. I was going to get a timer to be like, all right, Beck, you got to be quiet.
Yeah, he usually cuts me off every sentence. But it's part of the fun and the charm of our show.
Great guy, though. But
amazing pro. One of the best hearts. Seriously, he has a really good heart. And so I'm in Italy, and we see the Dearborn protest, the first Jake Lang thing now going down. And Beck's calling me, we're missing the fucking thing. What's going on? He's freaking out. And I'm like, yo, bro, if we made intention to do this for the sake of God, relax. He's going to carry this. You just have to kind of trust. It's like if you throw a bowling ball down an alley and God's those railings, and he's just going to keep pushing you in the right direction. And you know this as an entrepreneur, as starting a podcast. You don't know every single aspect of it right away, but you make intention, you set a goal, and you take action every day, and you get guided into that right direction.
Exactly.
And so I knew that, especially doing this for the sake of God and protecting Muslims and showing them and the truth, that he would have our back essentially. And everything's already written at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. I don't stress, bro. I really don't stress. I just ride life like a wave.
Real quick, though, it's important. You trust God, but you also work. You have to set the goals and go and do things. People
of course.
People get the wrong idea of like, just trust God. It's like, no, you have to trust God, but then you also wake up and work your ass off every day. I think it's very important to understand you don't just trust God.
Yeah, you could ask any of these guys.
Trust God.
I work
you
from.
Have to work your ass off too.
No, those go hand in hand, of course.
Exactly.
You can't just like lay there in bed at night and just hope money's going to come flying in.
It's like,
no, he loves those that take advantage of this gift of life. You have to take advantage of it and actually take a risk. I think that's another problem too many people have is that they're not willing to take risks. You say you trust God, but then you're going the supposed safe route where you're a number on a screen to these people. Yeah. They'll fire you in 2 seconds, supposed safe route. But anyways.
Yeah, I certainly didn't take, fighting obviously didn't take the safe route. Like I always lived on doing what believing I could do things that everyone says you're crazy for.
Yeah, exactly. And how does it work out for you?
Amazing.
And
but because I worked my ass off, that's why I tell people you can't just be like, I'm gonna take this crazy job and be like, it's gonna work out. It's worked out for me. It's like, no, I fucking worked my ass off. I was obsessed with finding ways to get a better fighter. I moved. I would do whatever it takes. I have obsessive personality. I started a podcast, but it's not like it's easy. But I'm gonna fucking make it huge because I decided in my mind to do that.
Of course, but we also don't have the ultimate wisdom of God at the end of the day. So when I see that this protest happened in Dearborn and it wasn't written by God for us to be there, then I'm like, all right, maybe something would have happened. Maybe I would have gotten hit by a bus. Maybe who knows at the end of the day. So I'm like, all right, Beck, we're still going to go there. Don't worry. So we start booking the trip to go to Dearborn and then Epic City in Texas because they're also attacking the Plano mosque. I'm sure you've seen that happening all over the place.
I've really noticed that. I noticed attacks on Dearborn a lot more, but not the Plano mosque that much.
Islam is coming to destroy the West. Valentina Gomez went there and made videos.
I saw that. Was that the place you guys went?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. So there was a lot of propaganda ramping up there too. So we said, all right, we're going to go to Dearborn for 5 days, and then we're going to go to Plano for like 9 days or something like that. So we booked the flights, right, for like a month ahead of time. 2 weeks later, I checked Jake Lang's Instagram to see what's going on with him, and he scheduled a protest in the Epic City Mosque after we already booked our flights. I don't think people understand this. Like
did the same date you guys were there?
The same exact dates. So we didn't even book it around his protest. Yep. We already were going there, and then this happened to happen. So we go to Dearborn. First 4 days, I get the flu. I'm dying. I'm so sick. I have 103-degree fever. Beck gets sick for a couple days, so we're both out of commission. He still troops and goes out and gets some footage. And this whole video, bro, less than one Google Doc worth of notes of planning on this thing. We went to Dearborn only having the 2 mayors planned. I just can't believe how it worked out. So we end up getting all the footage for Dearborn, that 20 minutes you saw, in one day. Yeah. In one day, which that's usually...
Sick the other days, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of good footage you're showing.
But it came out perfect. It came out amazing, bro. And the only thing we had planned, which is the mayor, which is just mind-boggling. And first take every single time. First take, hitting all the points and this and that. And then we wrap up in Dearborn. We go to Epic City in Texas. And... yeah, bro, just the way it all worked out from there, man. It's like you're driving. Oh, let's stop in here real quick, get an amazing shot. Let's go, go to back to the mosque after the protest. Oh, look, Jim, 100 million views.
Jim is amazing.
You saw the guy, Jim, yeah.
Jim's so awesome.
But we just run into the guy. Like, this isn't stuff that we planned. This is just what we see by,
I think that's
making.
the best way to do things. It's not like I want to make little documentaries like that, but you can't like overplan them. You can have like an idea and a draft in your head, but if you overplan it, it's like probably not the best idea.
Yeah, but yeah, and then even the banner, bro. We were initially gonna pull out the banner like right where they started the protest, which was right outside of the mosque. But I was running around, I was getting B-roll, doing public interviews with people. Ladies like, I love Fox News, all that stuff. And then they started walking, and Beck freaked out on me. He's like, "What the fuck? We're gonna miss the thing. What? We got the banner for no reason. All this." And I'm like, "Dude, you have to trust again." So we drove way up the road, like a mile and a half down, and we just met him on the corner, and it worked out perfectly.
No, that banner was so epic. I see that. I didn't realize it was you and Beck. I'm like, these guys are awesome who made this banner. This is like so funny.
Yeah. His face got fucking destroyed.
It's too good. Look, in the film you see just like shock when he sees that because he pretends he's a Christian. He runs around with big crosses, yelling Christ is King, but he's a Jew and he's in the full Jewish attire. He's at the wall kissing it. Like
but
it's like with the fucking Argentina president where he's like crying at the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a Jew, but then he has his own private rabbi and stuff. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this guy has no real motion. I mean, I think there was maybe 15 to 20 of his real followers that were there. Every single one was missing teeth. They watch Fox News. They can't have a real conversation with you for the life of them. And then the rest of the people were journalists that were just trying to get clips and clout chase, essentially.
Yeah, and some Israel people like Cam Higbee.
Yeah, exactly. Some of those kinds of guys. Nick Shirley was there.
It was interesting because all that. It was so obviously propped up that Somalia fraud, and then he's there too.
Yeah, but even still, bro, like when we were talking with them, Beck is so quick on his feet with it. They were Quran 4:2. You can have multiple wives, and he's like, yeah, we just have 10 baby daddies instead. And their hearts like softened in front of our face. If you pay close attention to that guy's face when we're going back and forth, Beck and the dude, his face completely changes. He puts the sign down. He's like this. You can't make this stuff up, bro. I mean.
Yeah, that's why it's important to reach out and talk to people and just instead of being hateful for the most part, like go out and try to talk to people. Now, if someone does something evil, yeah, I hate them, but for the most part, you can go when you actually go talk to people, you realize, oh, they're not evil. Like the whole left versus right divide. People like on the right, oh, I hate the leftists, and the right hate the people on the left think they hate the right wing, but they fucking don't. I've lived in left wing cities, get along great with these left wing people. I would share my political opinions. Oh, they hate Trump person. Oh, I voted for him, which I did in this last election, but then they still treat me fine. So you actually go and talk to people, they find out we're actually the same. It's just propaganda. Not that some of these issues aren't real, but a lot of it is propaganda to hate each other. Yeah. I do think a lot of the leftists have good intentions at the end of the day. It's a lot more social issues. That's why they lean to the left. I just think they're misguided with a lot of it. The exact same agreement. I don't think, now some of them are bad people, but a lot of them aren't bad people. They think they're doing the right thing, but their policies a lot of times do a lot more damage than they do good. Yeah. Everyone at the end of the day thinks that they're, have the truth and they're doing the right thing. Yeah, most people. There's some people that are pieces of shit and they're doing like people ripping you off and definitely bad people. But I think most people think they're doing the right thing. Correct? Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's about it for me, bro. So I mean, people follow your YouTube. That's the main place. I think you're on your Twitter, Instagram as well. Yeah, I got banned on Twitter before, so it's not Sonny Faz. Sonny Faz on YouTube, Sonny Faz on Instagram, and then for Beck, it's Beck Lover NYC. Beck Lover on YouTube, I think. And then Shaw, follow the director Sakeb from the documentary, really talented guy. He was able to take this, us just one taking, improvising it, and turn it into this whole story with the captions and the B-roll and the flow. So he did a really amazing job too. Shout out to him. And that's about it. Awesome, man. Thanks so much. I'm sure we'll do something again. I'll come on your pod, or you don't like podcast, you do more video and stuff, but we'll do something together. I'm sure. Yeah, we're going to keep expanding. Shout out Jake Shields. Cool.